Yeah, TMB, of course, having his gun taped to the inside of his thigh. I hate that view model.
Yeah,
So I am
always.
officially a TMB hater.
He's one of the early pioneers as well. We've seen a few new players, a few players sort of pick it up recently. TMB's had this view model forever, even back in CSGO. It's Forcey and Daitor to crack things open on the B site, though. A couple of nice headshots. TT Smoke will cut off the rotations, and Chris2 walks straight into another cloud as well. So no sight line onto this bomb site. Two-man advantage, C4 beeping away, and ECLOT have all the cards here. As a Static kind of teed up for the retake, but they don't have much equity in this.
Yeah, not a good start at all, but at least Nut can try and leverage this a little bit more. And Lely had to make that those dualies work a little bit earlier, and that P2K had to connect. Chris2 a little too messy on the duels, and Lely still wanted to do some damage. The E-Live still alive, trying to come in. They are going to get on the bomb, but do they have a kit?
No kit.
Oh. That's rough. So close, yet no cigar. Tiny bit of damage onto Mikey that hasn't converted into anything yet. ECLOT wanting to pressure middle. Gonna toss out a bunch of utils, start obscuring the left side. Bit of boost setup to allow for visibility. And a really nice shot through the smoke from Enleli. So chunky amounts of damage on Mikey, Forcey down. This is a round that ECSTATIC could very well immediately start pulling away from Dynamo ECLOT.
Oh, careful. Chris2 finding a Khalil and doing good damage with it. Mikey's super low on health as well, so they really do need to tiptoe. They're on thin ice. Sierra just around this corner. 5-7. Oh no, doesn't get a hard clear. He should be good for at least one. Might even make it both. Not quite. But the E-Live now on a slither of health as well. Bomb plant might be the best they can hope for here, because whilst there isn't any HEs to wipe them out, one bullet would do the trick. And ECLOT are outnumbered.
Almost seems like a guarantee that ECSTATIC should be able to take this, but I'm not sure how much the smoke helps their case. At least it allows them to isolate the duel on the site. A tap of the bomb is in order soon. The E-Live caught by the running Galil. Mikey, if he can interrupt them in the nick of time, it would be perfect. As long as he can get this flare off the defuse, that will be all it takes. But Mikey fails in that endeavor, and ECSTATIC are able to win a force.
Yet to put a kill on the board. Good nades. Oh, that's great damage. Jeez, TMB. A slam dunk into Banana. This is a force fire, by the way, for ECLOT.
Ooh. Brutal stuff from ECSTATIC. And Dynamo ECLOT aren't able to provide any resistance at all. Christo should be cleaning this one up with absolutely no issues at all. Attempt on the bomb. And it will be very unsuccessful. Oh, swing out from Enleli.
Oh, wow. That is just filth. This is the buy round here for ECLOT as well. You can take that on the chin when you're on the eco, but you have to save a round to pull out a rifle. You finally get it, and just get banged through a smoke like that.
Detour now tasked with the responsibility of allowing safe passage. The E-Live committed to the bomb. TMB coming in from apartments. Detour would have been easy pickings for him if he didn't reposition, but now it's on for the retake.
Still a massive disadvantage here for Dynamo ECLOT, but they do have that bomb beeping away. It will do them some favors. Smoke onto the site. It kind of splits up E-Live and Daitor, so it gets really awkward, but it does E-Live a little favor. He's got a gap behind this, and as the bomb's beeping pretty quick, you can just use it as leverage to stay alive. First kill found. They're too
they
far
need to get
away.
on it soon.
Trade is there.
It's gotta
They
be
need
the
to
one with the
speed this up. Oh,
No.
I think it's just about maybe. That is desperately
I think he
close.
got it by 0.1.
Oh,
0.2 is... Oof. That is close.
That on the T-ramp. Nades flying into Banana. Jumping beats TMB, doing a fair bit of damage. It held Mouse 1 for a second longer there. Might have actually got that. There you go. He has just been cruel. And ECLOT haven't returned any util here on Banana. They're like just sat behind the smokes, waiting them out and being constantly punished by the spams.
That was TMB's third kill through the smoke, by the way. Because he also got one as he was retaking earlier when they... Yeah. Sticks around and finds out. He nearly got a fourth because he did spot ahead through the smoke. Now you can tell the Dynamo ECLOT, they're starting to get desperate, getting ready, teed up for the push. Cristo being the first to take contact. Do they expect Enleli? Yes, they do. And the E-Live with 2 swift kills will mean that ECSTATIC will finally be pressured. It's just Nut all the way in the back of CT. And he does no longer need to actually do any pressure here. Himself into the corner. He needs to play his cards right so he can cooperate with his teammates. It's a 4-man defense on the CT side. Oh, getting real messy. You can't be chucking out nades right now because your teammates are low. Sierra, double casualties connected. And getting into B right now would be an impossibility with Cristo on the case. He can easily back off. He's ready on the angle because he sees a sliver of the head. And with 45 seconds to go, options are somewhat limited. It's 2 and 3 on whatever bomb site you go to. And even though Mikey's able to get an opener, it still means that he has to run into the crossfire that Enleli has set up. Eli might be under the impression that he's found a crack in the defense, but little does he know, there's already one waiting for him in Arches.
TMB holding a real deep angle here. No, oh my god,
That's
what a
so
shot.
Nicely done.
Jeez.
So rehearsed.
There's not enough time. 4C's miles away. He's got 1 HP and an AWP and the bomb on his back as well, but yeah, fair play.
Enough to maybe make that CT side competitive as well. The game plan from Dynamo ECLOT has been largely one-dimensional. Just try and poke A, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And oftentimes they're at the receiving end of something dumb like a spray through the smoke. Hero's timing is perfect. Look at this.
Yeah, right. Oh, this is brilliant. Yeah. Flipping around on its head. Going from having a man disadvantage to one in your favor. It just makes matters so much worse by pressing up, dropping the smoke. The bomb stuck in an awkward position. TMB, bad timing. Daitor wants to keep this one relevant. I'm not really sure what TMB's doing there. Just worried about every angle because as Sierra presses up, they realize that they've kind of lost a lot of the control on the site.
They only have 20 seconds as well. Getting back to the site feels a little bit impossible, but Sierra catches a bad timing. Can they get into the site fast enough? It's Mikey who's holding the bomb. He's going to have about 2 seconds to spare by the time he actually gets on it. Just in time. Less than a second. Now they've got to win the duels. Oh no. This could be a big fumble from ECSTATIC. Sierra got everything done. Flashes out. Finds the first duel, but it is an impossible scenario for him.
They've learned from their mistakes. It's nice to see ECLOT looking for a 6th as we go into the final round of the half. It's nothing to brag about, but would be enough. Oh, wow. How does he get away there? That's a big early pick.
Sierra. He's lucky they don't have a flashbang right now to clear him. Mikey and Enleli get into a bit of a scuffle. Sierra looking away as they're walking into his crosshairs. That's... oh, that is so rough. It means the Dynamo ECLOT get access to A with 4 players alive, even if they are hanging on by a thread.
Looked like he was anticipating a flashbang or something there, but such unfortunate timing. This is a round that we'll see ECSTATIC go for. It's the final of the half, but one that they just have such little hope in, and that hope will be squashed as the final 2 kills come through. Reels and
the sides were switched the first time they played, so ECSTATIC got 6 rounds on their CT side, right? Sorry. Dude, my brain is totally fried from looking at scoreboards all day. You should just ignore me. But yeah, so it's been pretty much the exact same, okay? Carry on.
Well, a common theme when it comes to these two teams. Mikey, 4C. Big pickups on the pistol round. Early two-man advantage, and no damage really returned except for that HE grenade. 4C's going to follow up with his Julies again. In the meantime, we will see Sierra slipping behind enemy lines right up long. Rilzin will know that there's a possibility of that timing, but probably won't be communicating this. If not, could have stayed alive for a little bit longer there, then maybe, just maybe, Sierra could have made something happen, but the problem is, as soon as he pulls the trigger here, the second will be alerted, and I don't think there'll be too much hope. Yeah, doesn't even play for any trigger discipline. He was sort of worried that they were going to be watching for him, so takes what he can get. Smoke's going to go down. The bomb's on the other side of it, so this just becomes impossible.
Here's a real heavy hitter, though. I wouldn't put it exactly past him. Too bad there's not enough time to be super meticulous with it. He can get the first kill as a bit of a freebie, then maybe we can talk. Oh, there was a world where they could have lined up in an awkward way, but they don't.
Getting off to a great start here in the second half. It's going to be a force for a static. Some Tech 9s, a Desert Eagle on Nut, a Mac 10, and they will overwhelm the first.
Mikey, you gotta watch out. They're just gonna push through the molly. They know the time is of the essence, and they're happy to give over some health points for it. Deep control of B, bomb planted, and Dynamo ECLOT know that these weapons need to be saved. You cannot hand them over on a silver platter and not only lose the round, but also bolster the economy of ECSTATIC for the next one. Absolutely not. But the same story rings true for ECSTATIC. SMGs are definitely at play. Two of them having been stolen off of the CT bodies. Girls in a pro. Oh, Nut is so damn ready. Gonna shut him down. Detour, though, is able to refrag. Ouch! You do not want to be on the other end of that nail gun.
Brawl. ECLOT biting back. Some real tenacity. 4C on the boost up. This will be tough to clear as they come out of the apartments. Support there with him. Daito will take the contact now. 4C is alerted. He does get checked, and he's still worried about his left-hand side. If there was a pincer coming up from belt boiler or brackets, that would have made that a little bit easier. And either way, trades out into the 2v2. Christo's low HP could be problematic. HE doesn't quite land. Oh my, it does damage, but it won't finish. And a 2v2 we go.
Oh, Christo found, and Lely does have HP. But he's got to be careful. They know where he is now. He gives off the audio cue, doesn't connect the instant shot, and Dynamo ECLOT will instantly start turning things around once more. Mikey very cautious with his util. I really like that he didn't instantly blow that Molotov. But now that he sees them coming, he is going to make it hard for them to creep into Habe. They're forced into duels that are awkward, and as they scoop up on the left side, Mikey keeps doing damage. But will that damage be enough now that the rotations and finally start to come in? 4Z nearly about to walk into some crosshairs. Wanting to rotate in from Church. Two players quite low, Zero and Chris. Lots to do. And perhaps feeling a bit suffocated.
Needs to be cleared here. This right-hand corner is not going to be easy to do, especially as the barrel pokes out, but the trigger discipline actually allows Daito for the snappy trade. It's Sierra to follow up regardless. And rules that the man who's had a slow day at the office, the one that has to clutch it up. Sierra says no. Won't even allow him to save. So it's going to be a static right back on the board. We continue to trade back and forth here in the second half.
Force. Important pickup. Look at how aggressive they are this time around.
Oh, wow. Love that nade. And the spam from Mikey gives them the early advantage. TMB tagged down low as well.
Does he, though? Oh, yeah,
Surely.
he's busy tossing the util, and Rilzen rubbing his hands together. He's hoping he can get a little bit extra.
Because they think there's more here.
No, the false sense of security and information is going to mean that Detour is temporarily displaced. He will be a bit vulnerable. Sticking behind the bomb site now has...
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's rough. Thera simply not ready for it.
There as well, doesn't it? Stripped of some of the firepower that's needed. Christu on a Galil, TMB with the same. Not a lot of utility. TMB taking damage from the early util and the spams, but it's Analele to pop the first head at least. Mikey tagged down low. He's by himself with an MP9, so he's desperately going to call for the support.
And Lely setting up the smoke and flashbang combo for TMB to be ushered in. In the meantime, most of the attention will be coming in from apartments, so Realzin is going to have to fight back. Information on both granted. Not. Instant headshot found. Sierra will be putting down Realzin as well. And now Mikey and Forsey know that this op is way more important alive. Yeah, I think we were scrutinizing Realzin a little bit for not being too hot, but now he's the second fragger of the team. The E-Live only up by 3 kills against him. It's still not a commitment from ECSTATIC. I really appreciate that they're taking their sweet time. And Lely gives up his position, and as the rotations are drawn, now the bomb is actually going to start going towards A. A solitary defender will have to try and hold them off for long enough. But they can't be a problem. Now, one piece of util that is well placed has completely disjointed the push that Dynamo ECLOT were about to bring through.
So many times in situations like this, you fall away and save, but yeah,
no.
It's too late. This is the problem. They've taken way too long at getting on the bomb.
What?
I don't think Daito's got time. All Nut needs to do is deny, and he will do exactly that. Forsey goes down with the ship, and my God, it was such a sort of half-assed approach to that retake from ECLOT. It seemed like they didn't really want it, and they just wanted exit frags. Then they ended up with the 2 kills and thought, hang on a minute, we've got time for this.
ECSTATIC could even improve the scoreline that they previously had. 13-11 when they went up against each other last time. And ECSTATIC doing one better, perhaps. And Lely has been hitting really hard for his team today. Tough fragging, but more importantly, having a ton of impact, being put in all these solo positions where he's getting a lot done. B-side access granted. Pistols to try and retake. Really a mixed bag, didn't even realize there was a shotty in there. Was too focused on the grand scheme of the round. And with the bomb planted, a last hurrah in a 4v4 as one of the players is completely disjointed. Sierra is going to catch one coming out of the smoke. And Christu is in the sidelines as well, so actually coming onto the site feels a bit impossible. They're just holding the line. TMB delays them even further with a flashbang. And all 3 players stock, plenty of time being bought for the flank as well. And with not being right behind them, surely this is it. As ECSTATIC get the final kill and get the 13th round to beat ECLOT in the rematch on the map of Inferno.
Well, it's another 13-10, so another one that comes incredibly close. But ECLOT, yeah, missing out on opportunities there, right? It probably... Flux in hand here. So try and barrel forwards off the T roof into the CT spawn. They know that they've confined one into the corner. Forsey just overwhelmed TMB. Charging him down with his clock, wants another as well, and he's not done just yet.
A crazy amount of space being gained by TMB, and the fact that they're mostly on the A site means that Zero shouldn't be expected by Detour here either. Might just be walking into certain death. Not a great start for Dynamo ECLOT, and this is the map that ECSTATIC have been looking forward to playing. Beautiful connection from Zera. As the E-Live cowers in fear. And runs off for the hills. Even a single kill might be a luxury here, as it's a clean pistol from ECSTATIC, pumped up from that first map. It's like two-factor authentication, I just know now for sure. Well, ECSTATIC not being too antsy on an early push. Here is generally just finding early control, and outside, Reels in unable to stop the madness coming through. Mikey forced off the angle, courtesy of a player dropping down into vents, but he doesn't get connected by Sierra, and Forsey could actually find... No, bad timing. Forsey could have gotten a freebie there as Sierra wanted to join his teammates. Trying to thread the needle on a particularly difficult shot. Detour in the back lines, unable to find anything. And ECSTATIC's reign.
The round so far have been sort of somewhat acceptable because of the fact that we haven't seen all too much in terms of the ECLOT buy, but this one came with the rifles, and it just falls so far short again. Lots of damage dealt onto Analola and Nut, but they'll get away with their lives. 4 players staying alive, 4 rounds on the board here for ECSTATIC.
It's some really good individual positioning. Now, that's also something that Dynamo ECLOT can punish, because there's a couple of solo endeavors. But look at this. Christo finding the tiniest bit of info. He'll pop a molly. Uh-oh. They push in now. It'll be really difficult to contend with jumping through. 1 for 1's not bad, but they get to pick up a rifle. So much information given up now, though. Bomb out in no man's land. The swing out from Analele is going to potentially punish him. The nade catching one more defender as Detour sneaks forward. Swing out to Sierra, but Sierra will respond in kind.
Especially on a map like Nuke. Money building up for the T side as well. Not as strong as you'd expect it to be, perhaps after a 5-0 lead, but everyone with all the tools and $5,000 plus in the bank to work with. Elive aggressive. The tuck behind red, smoke next to him. Sierra's going to walk right through it. Oh my god, he hasn't caught him. This gets messy, this gets awkward. That's huge.
And Sierra's being searched for by the Elive. He's going to come around the corner. Instant adjustment from the Elive, though. And that's exactly what we want to see. Some individual brilliance to give them a fighting chance, because so far the kill records of Dynamo ECLOT have been mostly barren. Rep has opened up, though. Nut onto solo adventure. Sees one on the crossover. A nade will follow, but doesn't connect on anything. Reels in. Does manage to find Christo, but Anlele snuck inside the vents is going to make it so hard to make the rotations happen, so they'll have to go through the slow route instead. Reels in, coming through from ramp. 2 players are nestled in. Oh. Don't ever want to watch that again. Anlele pretty much making it impossible to come through. And that's the cue for the Elive, who started off the round so strong, to back off now.
That one a little bit closer, but still nothing for Dynamo ECLOT. Needs to be here. Wall of smoke's up. TMB doesn't waste any time. I feel like there's so many players that kind of shift walk across and, you know, end up getting caught out by spams. TMB will not be one of those. Sierra, the trade back. Forsey does manage to get a kill in this one, though. Molly's good. Takes the tick of damage. The information is just not relayed. Sierra is full W. He's speed running this map. Forsey at least will be able to trade it back, but a 3v3.
And Lele decides to pressure. It will be a freebie. Christo wanting to leverage Nut's position to try and get some advanced space. Couldn't be a chance in the world. A Detour. Ooh, that's scary. Yeah, Nut should be fine. Right behind him, and it's like clockwork. ECSTATIC just piling on round after round. An 8-0.
Another low buy. 4 MP9s, a Deagle. This is to stop ECSTATIC getting 9-0. It's a decent start.
It feels like every time the Observer cycles through a bunch of cameras, one of them is already in the spawn of Dynamo ECLOT, and this time it's TMB. Into heaven we go. Uncontested kill found, and yeah, that's access to A site once more. It's really hard to get myself excited right now, because this has been a largely uneventful game that has been a complete fumble from Dynamo ECLOT so far, but maybe... Oh, TMB, you saw Shadow, come on! This could be it, Josh. We might finally see a round Nut fumbling as well, finally! We could see ECLOT fighting back. MP9, the right weapon, when one of them has an op and an AK-47. Forsy, quick stick on the bomb, gets one. Christo needs to get on this case. No commitment to the bomb just yet. Christo gets up close. The shotgun sniper doesn't work, but Forsy doesn't have a kit.
You know what's weird about that? He actually kinda did have time. 9-0 though. And yeah, I mean, of all of the games, we're not quite there yet with like a 13-0 or anything like that, but of all of the games that I was expecting, or would expect to be super one-sided, this is not one here. It's a good triple back. Daito and Forsy keeping the numbers even, but slipping down the vents down to B. ECSTATIC will be able to get a plant, and they'll be uncontested here. They've got loads of leg room. It's Forsy's AWP. He's going to come and join the party. Shot.
Too bad Forsy isn't quite equipped with the right weapon to make this possible. You saw a bit of lag there. Riley being super careful, and no differences to the outcomes. A map that Dynamo ECLOT have previously bested ECSTATIC on is one that has been fully rehearsed and rehashed by ECSTATIC.
Rally the troops a little bit and not just completely check out of this game. What do you say here? I
mean, personally, like, if I'm down 0-10 and I just got entry fragged upon and I've had 5 kills the entire game, I quickly go from being the E-Live to being the offline 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Ooh. Oh my god, both of the players missed the shots there. Forsy ends up trading it back, but I'm with you. I'd be offline 10 minutes ago and broken parts of my keyboard would be on the floor. Looks like it's going to be 11 to ECSTATIC. Mikey supposed to be that hard hitter that we've talked about, you know. Scouted to play at the higher levels. He's back here and he's 1-11. They're taking so long to rotate over. This bomb's already almost halfway ticked.
I think this might actually be collectively the worst game these players have ever played, because I've never seen Mikey have a singular kill. We might finally be seeing something, but not with a crisp tap. Fakes out of position with a nade, and again, a clutch to keep it clean.
This is what we're dealing with right now. I mean, Nut is the resident troll, I'll be honest, but this is something else. This really is something else. ECSTATIC. Credit where credit's due. This has been a fantastic map from them, but Dynamo ECLOT, this has been miserable. There you go again. Forsy just not quick enough. Over and over and over. And just like that, it'll be a 12-0 half. Not a single casualty right there in the final round of it. A flawless one for ECSTATIC.
If that's what the new kids call
Scientician.
I knew that would crack you up.
Yeah, there must be a simpler word for it. I'm no dictionaryist.
Well.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Yeah, we're hoping for that mystical force to align if you want to see a round from Dynamo ECLOT. And Nutna knows that a flawless round is on the line, and they will rip through every single member of Dynamo ECLOT to deliver the first 13-0